Hey guys, welcome to another movie crew review. Today we are reviewing Send Help, starring Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. We find these two people stranded on an island trying to survive as they just encountered a plane crash. So we're going to get into the review today, and my thoughts on this film were this is a fantastic film from Sam Raimi. I really loved it. It's more of a dark comedy as opposed to one of these horror films. It does have a bit of graphic nature to it, but still, we need that. I think that it was thoroughly enjoyable. I really liked Rachel McAdams' performance in this film. And I just think overall, for me, this is one of these films that's like a combination of, from my perspective, misery and triangles of sadness. So I think that, look, it's a two-player film. Dylan O'Brien plays off Rachel McAdams really well, but what were your thoughts on Rachel McAdams?
Rachel McAdams, like she killed it. I think she's one of the most underrated actors ever. She plays this role so well. She is a bit cuckoo in the movie. She's that cuckoo lady in the office that no one sort of likes because she's eating a tuna sandwich while working, and so no one sort of likes her. And she sort of knows as well, but she's unaware too. And she's about to get this promotion, but she doesn't get. And alas, we are all stranded on this island. And I thought this movie was like Lost and Triangle of Sadness. We even have a boar scene in the movie, which was pretty gory. And Sam Raimi loves his gore and eyeball eye humor, I would say. And I think they played off very well. They were brilliant, both of them. I didn't know whom to root for. Yeah, I was first going for Rachel, then I was going for Dylan, and I don't know, I was always in the middle of the road. Like, I didn't know whom to root for. Whom did you root for, John?
Look, for me, I was always like, so I was always in that like Rachel McAdams kind of camp, like throughout the film. I never, because Dylan, no matter how much of this film he comes off as like helpless, he just always comes off as such a sarcastic and selfish person. But in the same turn of phrase, at the start of the film, he's saying why she doesn't get her promotion. Which is kind of like the antithesis for why they have this beef as such. And I got to be honest with you, I kind of agree with him on those points. I did. I completely agree with it. She looks like, she's a mess. She's eating at her desk. She got this, one of my favorite shots of the film was the perspective of where she's got this little bit of tuna fish on her face and it's just cutting between his eye and his eyes twitching. That was like so funny, but I let him know say it. It's perfect. That's how you know the film. Like a Sam Raimi film. And like every point that he made, it makes sense because when you see what happens at the end of the film, it's like, playing the game kind of thing.
Yeah, you can say that, yeah. And I think there was one jump scare, if I'm not wrong.
I think that was it. Yeah. I mean, the boar scene really wasn't jump scare as opposed to it was just like frightening because of the way that it was happening. Yeah. I think there was only one jump scare. I don't want to.
Yeah, I got startled a bit because there was no jump scare before, so I got a bit startled. So props to Sam Raimi for that. Uh, I think for me, if I had like negatives, there's not like really negatives, but she was like really good with these survival skills. I think they did tell us that she wanted to sort of, go on this one of the shows.
Yeah.
But once like we were there on the island, I felt like she's way too good with this. Like she knows all the berries and everything. Just a little nitpick.
Yeah. I mean, look, I can understand it. Like, because you see at the start of the film, like you cut across her apartment, you see like she's going to the Grand Canyon, she's going like hiking up mountains and things like that. So I think they do such a great job in painting the picture of the kind of person she is in such a succinct amount of time. Yeah. You're pretty much like in her apartment for like 2 minutes. You kind of get who she is, what her interests are, like how, and because of the way that she performs her job, you understand that she's very fastidious in the way that she does things. And so you can understand if she likes Survivor, which is like her main thing, and she's, like trying to get on Survivor and things like that, she's gonna like do everything to the max. And like you kind of see it in that video, she's like training with the guy and stuff. It's like all that thing. But one thing that I thought was funny was, the guy who was gonna be promoted above her? Yeah, Patrick Bateman.
Oh, it's 100%. I was like, this is Patrick
Yeah,
Bateman.
yeah. It was like Sam Raimi was like, "Who am I gonna pick to fill this position?" Patrick Bateman, or as close as he could get. That was another perfect casting
He
choice.
was, he was. I mean, we're getting American Psycho 2 apparently. I don't know. Anyway, so like once we get like sort of they have a conversation having toilet wine or whatever they would say, they reveal some sort of things and about Rachel McAdams' past. Yet I like that because it was never actually fully revealed what happened.
Yeah, it's kind of you put the pieces together.
Yeah, in my head, like whatever happens in the end, I'm like, maybe, something.
Yeah, yeah. We
I'll
can
just
kind of
visit.
see she's very good at orchestrating things and not,
Yeah, true.
not doing it herself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
She plays the game. That's the whole because the whole point of this film at the start is he's like not confident that she's gotta play the game and win. Yeah. But like if she was in Survivor, she'd be the winner. It's
True.
all said and done. And yeah, I think the twist is good.
Yeah.
The twist
No,
at the end,
I love the ending of the movie.
I think it was fantastic.
Yeah, very well done.
And the timing, everything just flowed together nice. We weren't because you're in one spot, literally one spot of the island.
Yeah.
Like for the majority of this film. And not once was I bored that we're in this one spot because it changed, even their clothing, like as they stay there for longer periods of time, you see like changes and the looks change. Even like her, she starts out like, like frumpy look kind of, what have you, what he was complaining about. And then she becomes Rachel McAdams. So
Yeah, that's right.
yeah. And now to give his thoughts on the film, let's welcome James.
Hey guys, James here. I just here to give my quick thoughts and view on the movie. Start, middle, end of this movie, great, just beautiful. I was engaged. From my seat to the very ending of the movie. It's more like a dark comedy, thriller type movie. It was really well thought by Sam Raimi and stuff like that. A great casting, great acting. It makes you think a lot too. Like it just makes you think about what you do on the island and everything like that. What you do, I would have dickhead boss they gotta do, and how surviving and everything like that. Overall, it's a great suspenseful thriller, and I would give it a 9 survivors out of 10. I thank you very much.
Thanks, James, for that. Now we're going to give our scores. Mirren, how many survivors are you going to give this out of 10?
I'll give it 8 survivors out of 10. Sure?
Yeah, I'm going to be similar page. 8.5 survivors out of 10. I thought it was a really good film.
Yeah, I did enjoy it.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Check out our socials and catch us on the next one. Ciao.